A new Batman series has begun, with Tim Drake as his Robin. But this is a new era for Gotham, and the GCPD no longer view the Bat family as their allies. Tim Drake is quickly learning this, as officers hold him at gunpoint. The past. The sun shines down on Wayne Manor as the family finds themselves outside. Damian looks up from his place washing the Batmobile as Bruce and Tim draw closer. "This is beneath my dignity, Father," Damian groans as he continues to scrub. "This infliction of manual labor insults us both," he continues to grumble. "Damian, when I insult you, you'll know it," Bruce calls out. Tim is giddy, happy that he is going to learn to drive on the Batmobile. But Bruce smiles and steers him towards a tarp. "Hold your horses, Boy Wonder. The Batmobile's an awful lot of car. So, we'll start with this," Bruce says as he pulls the tarp off to reveal an old truck. Tim's smile falls away. "Oh, cool. Old trucks are cool," he whispers. Bruce nods. "They are. And if you're ever gonna handle the Batmobile, learning a manual transmission comes first. These things, especially with big engines, they can be monsters," Bruce tells him as he opens the door. The present. A delivery driver is driving down the dark streets of Gotham, but is forced to stop by a broken down car blocking the road. "Hey, come on! Get that thing out of here! I gotta get unloaded by 4! The driver shouts out his window. But suddenly, a thug appears next to him and waves a gun in his face. The driver slides out of the cab while the other thug opens the back. Come on, one of the thugs whispers as he begins to go through the boxes. Suddenly, there is a gunshot from outside. The man looks out to see his 2 buddies standing over the dead driver. "You moron! This wasn't the job!" one of them is shouting. "I told him not to move!" the other yells. Police lights begin to swirl around the streets, and the thug in the back grabs one of the boxes and starts running, yanking off his mask so he can better see as he rounds the corner into an alley. But a shadow leaps out of the night and slams into him from behind. The mask shatters as Robin rolls to a stop on the ground. "Heads up, or maybe face off? Would that have been better? We can workshop it," he jokes as he turns back to the fallen goon. The box has fallen to the ground, its powdery substance spilling out. "Let's see what you were so eager to make off with. Smack? Drift? Some new drug?" Robin asks as he dips a finger and tastes it, surprised to find that it's sweet. The thug rolls over, clutching at his bloody head. "Baby formula," he gasps. "It's just baby formula. Baby's hungry all the time," he whispers. Robin looks down at him sadly, but the moment is interrupted by the cops appearing. "Freeze! Move and I shoot!" one of them shouts as they raise their weapons. Robin doesn't take any chances and slowly puts his hands up. He quietly activates the emergency frequency that puts him in touch with Batman. "Is there anybody on the police force we're friendly with these days?" he whispers. But the thug got to his feet and started running. The cop doesn't hesitate and opens fire. Rounds rip into the man's back, and he falls to the ground. Robin whirls on the cops in anger and shock. "You shot him!" he yells. The offending police officer doesn't even bat an eye as he readjusts his aim to Robin. "Suspects fleeing the scene may be treated as hostile and can be stopped by any means necessary. Now get on the ground!" the cop shouts. But Robin shakes his head and tosses a bat bang, using the resulting confusion to leap up onto the fire escapes and make his way towards the rooftops. But the cop starts firing again and again. The rounds follow Robin until one pierces his side. The shock rolls through his body and Robin's foot slips. His eyes widen as he tumbles back towards the pavement below. The past. The truck stalls again, bouncing to a stop. "You'll get it. Okay. It's been a long day. We're both getting a little frustrated," Bruce tells him. They slowly start to roll forward again, and suddenly, Damien lands with a jolt on the hood. "You've been at this for hours, you incompetent moron! Father, he's a fool! I demand you let me try!" Damien shouts through the glass. Bruce cocks an eyebrow at his son. "Foot off the clutch, Tim. Now," Bruce orders. The truck jolts to a stop again and tosses Damien to the ground. "Oh, excellent, Master Bruce. Well done," Alfred calls. "Okay, Tim, one more time. And remember to breathe," Bruce says gently. The present. Tim opens his eyes in the back of the police truck. His hands are cuffed behind him and blood is pooling beneath. "You shot me," Tim gasps. The cop nods as he shuts the door. "That's what you get for resisting arrest," the bearded cop grunts. Tim struggles to his knees and looks up to find the back of the police truck is full of gang members, none of whom are handcuffed. "Figured some of these fellas are friends of yours, so I'm sure they'll keep you company on our way to Central Holding. Better hold on back there," the cop calls, planning on riding them rough through the streets of Gotham. "Gonna show Commissioner Savage that we don't need his goon squads to run these streets," the lead officer grumbles. The truck begins to rumble forward, and Tim struggles to his feet. The thugs glare at him and start to move forward. "Think we're having a pretty lousy night here, fellas. Let's all just keep cool, yeah?" Tim suggests. But the thugs shake their heads. "Nah, man. Don't think we will," one of them growls. They rush forward as the truck swerves around a corner. Robin dodges under a punch and twists the man around, kicking out against another thug. The truck hits a pothole and everyone bounces off the ground. Tim lands, gunshot wound first on one of the thugs. "Ugh! Oh boy," Tim groans. The thugs get back to their feet and rush Robin again, but he uses the momentum of the bounces to flip in the back of the truck to get his hands from behind his back. The thugs hesitate for a moment as Robin becomes even more dangerous. He glares at them all as he tenses his muscles and swings his arms out, snapping the chain and backfisting two of the thugs. Up front, the cops look through the mesh wire in shock at what's going on in the back, unaware that they are driving right towards a bat spike strip in the road. The truck rolls over the strip, slashing the tires and forcing the truck to come to a screeching stop. Batman steps from the shadows, stalking forward and pulling open the back door. "Rough night?" he asks as he finds Robin sitting on a pile of unconscious goons. "Worse for them," Tim jokes as he struggles to his feet. Batman helps his partner out of the truck, but the cops come around the corner, now armed with a shotgun that he raises at the Dark Knight. "Don't you freaks move!" he shouts. Tim glances at Batman. "Careful, Batman. That one shot a fleeing suspect in the back. Killed him. Shot me too," he tells him as he clutches his side. "Do it again too if I gotta. Him too. I ain't afraid," the cop shouts, the shotgun sights moving back and forth between Batman and Robin. But finally, the man's partner has had enough. "Hey, Vargas, come on," he starts to say, pointing out that Batman and Robin are supposed to be on their side. "Police brutality and murder put us on opposite sides, officers," Batman growls. The lead cop aims his shotgun at Batman, but his partner pulls his pistol and aims it at him. "Eddie, don't do it! I swear to God," he says, warning his partner not to shoot the vigilantes. Batman and Robin look at each other, knowing the situation is about to get worse. Suddenly, both cops shoot and Batman and Robin jump between them quickly. Batman blocks the shotgun blast with his cape, while Robin grabs the other cop's pistol, disassembling it in seconds and dropping it to the ground. But some of the rounds got through, hitting both of the police officers. The vigilantes quickly patch up the wounded cops. "We need to get out of here," Batman growls as he turns back to Robin. But Officer Vargas isn't done yet. He reaches for his fallen weapon and opens fire. The blast hits Batman in the back of the head, and he falls to the ground. The past. Bruce finally calls it, as night has begun to fall over Wayne Manor. Tim is unhappy with himself and sighs. But Bruce points out that the only reason he failed is because he got into his own head. Started believing that he couldn't do it. I just kept thinking, what if I had to drive the Batmo in an emergency and couldn't get it to move? Tim says. Bruce smiles at his young partner and puts a hand on his shoulder. If that time ever comes, Tim, there's nobody I'd want behind the wheel more than you. You're my partner, and I trust you, Bruce says as they walk towards the manor. And don't call it the Batmo. Nobody calls it that, Bruce whispers. Nobody calls it that yet, Tim whispers with a smile. The present. Batman's vision is blurry as Tim checks on him. Batman, you still with me? He says in a panic. Batman tries to move his neck, but feels a sharp pain. Tim helps him to his feet, walking him to the Batmobile before more cops show up. Bruce tries to help as Tim opens the door. I'm okay. I can drive, Batman gasps. But Tim pushes him into the passenger seat and buckles him up. He gets behind the wheel and stares at the Batmobile in shock. How many gears does this thing have anyway? He gasps. 13, Batman whispers. He starts to list them off. It's got the 9 standard. 3 quantum gears for use during spatio-temporal crisis events. Then there's the secret gear. 13, Batman gasps. Tim nods and buckles his seatbelt. Secret gear? What does that even mean? He asks. Batman just motions through the windshield. It means I have the coolest car in the world. Now drive it, he orders. The engine roars to life, and the two drive off into the night. Later, Savage arrives at the scene. He walks over to the bodies, ignoring the reporter's questions. Silently, he surveys the scene, before smiling and reaching into his suit pocket. Back at the police station, he stands before a bullpen of police officers. You all know what happened tonight. One officer died, and another was in critical condition. What you might not know is who is responsible for this cowardly attack on our brothers, he says as he holds up the evidence he found at the scene. The cops all stare at the bloody batarang angrily. Consider these department-wide standing orders. Batman and Robin are now criminal combatants and enemies of the GCPD. Savage tells them all. And that was the complete story for Batman Issue 2 by Matt Fraction, the second issue in this new series of Batman. And already, it's getting pretty intense. So let me know what you thought about today's story and the start of this Batman series as a whole. And don't forget to like and subscribe to help out the channel and get notified when new videos go live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Benny.